Minutes before last week's Boise City Council meeting, council members learned they would gavel in without one of their regulars. Lisa Sanchez says she found out she had to move out of her North End rental home the day after Thanksgiving. Says she was given 5 weeks to move from a place she's lived for more than 10 years. When she found out, Sanchez says she checked with Boise City staff and Ada County Elections Office to see if she couldn't find a place to live in that same district. And you can imagine how tough that might be in Boise's North End. How would that affect her spot on the council? Well, apparently a lot. Late Friday, we learned her seat had been vacated because while she found a place to live, it was not within the district that elected her. In that same meeting last week, Holly Woodings was elected as council president, which means she will have a big role in what happens with that former Sanchez seat. Council President Woodings spoke with Joe Paris.
A week ago, Boise City Council, it was a very memorable meeting.
We just learned that Councilmember Sanchez may no longer be a legal resident of the district she was elected in.
For that reason, now former Councilmember Lisa Sanchez was absent from the meeting. The major meeting also included the election of a new council president.
Do you accept the nomination?
Madam Mayor, I accept the nomination.
With that, Holly Woodings became the new president of Boise City Council, a council now short one member.
It's a lot different than I thought it was going to be. The policy discussions that we've been having are not the ones I was expecting to be having this week.
What policy discussions are you guys having this week?
The big thing has been former Councilmember Sanchez and if she has vacated her position on Boise City Council. And so we've been getting to the answers on what that is and what the path could be moving forward.
And do you have an answer as of today?
I do, yeah. According to Idaho state statute, it's very clear that Councilmember Sanchez, I believe, inadvertently vacated her position on Boise City Council by moving out of her district. We informed Lisa Sanchez that she had vacated her seat. Now that's an open seat, and it will be up to the mayor to appoint somebody to fulfill the rest of that term. Did City Council know that this was going on in the background? I think we were all aware that Lisa was moving, but we didn't know where she was moving to, and that's where the confusion came in. We found out about 5 minutes prior to last Tuesday's meeting that she had moved to an address that was outside of the district where she was elected.
Does this seem like this is kind of just a messy, unintentional situation?
I think it's completely unintentional. And although it feels a little bit messy because it's a new thing for us, it's completely contemplated in state statute. And so it feels messy. The process has been a little bit messy, but the law is really clear. So for now, the mayor's office will work on a process to nominate a replacement for Sanchez. City Council will have to approve that nomination. But the person nominated needs to simply be an elector in District 3 and lived in that district for at least 30 days. Would it be possible that former Councilmember Sanchez could move and be reestablished? Or is that a hypothetical that could happen? Yeah, absolutely.
City Council is focused on getting to work, and Woodings is ready to set the tone as the new president.
I think the biggest topic we have to tackle this year is the zoning code rewrite. It's been years in the making. We've heard so much feedback from our community, have really made some great strides in responding to that feedback that we've heard and crafting a zoning code rewrite that really reflects what we see as the future for our city. And so I'm very much looking forward to that. It's, I think, one of the most exciting projects that we've been able to do in my time on council.
And I asked Council President Woodings about concerns about representation in the time being. Of course, with Lisa Sanchez not on the District 3 spot, there's nobody sitting there. So Council President Woodings did make a good point. There are at least two at-large members of Boise City Council that they don't have to live in a specific district. They're at-large, but two of them, Brian, do actually live in that District 3 area. So there's no concern that the people of District 3 won't have any representation on City Council for now.
Okay, so considering that at-large position, or two of them, Could there be a path back for Sanchez back to the council?
So there's a few different options that are hypothetical possibilities. Number one, kind of what we talked about with Council President Woodings. If hypothetically Lisa Sanchez found a spot in District 3, moved back into the district, and then was there for 30 days, she'd be eligible to be chosen by the mayor's office to refill that role. Another thing we want to keep an eye on, though, is that Elaine Clegg, longtime council member, former council president, she'll be leaving the Boise City Council in February. She has an at-large seat. So the mayor's office will have another opportunity in about a month to also fill that role, considering everything goes the way it's supposed to. So it's possible that former council member Lisa Sanchez could end up back on the Boise City Council. There are a few different paths. If it doesn't happen now in the near term, again, there are elections coming up and she could run.
There are options. All right. Thank you very much, Joe.